Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the WTCR series on GT Sport. This is race 3 of round 5 at Bathurst. We are on the grid, get ready for a start. As you can see, the sun's gone down, it's dark, so it's going to be a nighttime race here at Bathurst. Ready for the lights to go out, red lights are on, and green, away we go. Off we go, good start by Task 1, the usual good four-wheel drive start. TY leads into the first corner. Neil Farmack in 3rd still, so not too bad of a start for Neil Farmack. Rodders and Callum side by side, and everyone else jostling for position amongst the pack. Nick Hash and Bidzster side by side, and even the battle for 8th is on between Firepower, Seek 1 and Stacker, so got to watch out for this as we go up and over the rise. Up to the mountain, bunch of lights heading towards us. Nick Task 1 trying to go around the outside of Neil Farmack not having any of it. And then we've got a little battle further back. I think that's Nick Hash and Callum and Rodders close together. Bidzster has passed Callum and he's on the inside of Nick Hash as well. Oh, close stuff as Rodders is under attack now from Nick Hash. Rodders in 4th place with a whole bunch of cars behind him, all giving him the hurry up. Go up and over the top. Firepower right behind Bidzster now. Firepower applying the pressure, and he's also been under pressure because Seat 1's right behind him as well. As the leaders go down the dipper then. Neil Farmack and TY. Task 1 there. Then everyone else was 1. Nick Hash, Rodders, Callum, all together in a group. Bidzster's on this as well. Remember Bidzster on maximum ballast from the win last time. As Rodders makes a mistake there, and Callum and Bidzster get held up, so Rodders a little mistake there as Bidzster gets held up. And Callum as well into the elbow and on to the straight. So TY and TY and Neil out front then, but remember TY's got a bit of weight on in this, whereas Neil's got a bit less than him as we go up and over the rise. We go into the corner at the end. Neil Farmack takes the lead then from TY, who decides to do rally crossing as Task 1 closes up. There's Nick Hash, Rodders, Callum, Bidzster and the rest. So Callum has got round, Bidzster's still behind Callum, so that's fine. I thought the place had changed for a minute, so as we go into the last corner, nice opening lap then for everyone. No major incidents as such. We go through. We've got TY there sliding round and Task 1 behind him, so Task 1 closing up on TY here. There's Rodders, Bidzster and Callum as Bidzster's got round Callum there, so those places have changed. So we'll get a replay on that little battle. As you come back from that, Rodders under pressure now from Bidzster, and Seek 1 is side by side with Callum behind. There's Seek 1 versus Callum here into the corner that leads up to the mountain, turn 2. Oh, close as you like. Callum stays ahead. Bidzster now under pressure from Callum as you look up the hill. Bidzster up the inside of Callum and gets him. Bidzster gets him, and now he's attacking Rodders as well. So Bidzster not leaving anything out here. He doesn't care if he's got maximum ballast on. He will fight tooth and nail as Callum goes back through on the acceleration. So Bidzster obviously trying to pull that weight to the hill. It's not helping. The Seat 1 now right behind him. Stacker as well has joined the fray, so nice to see Stacker up there as well. Everyone, a bit of a mistake there from Rodders. Callum goes through. Rodders makes a mistake there up onto the mountain. Bidzster right behind him now as well, looking for the inside, but no way through. Oh, side by side. Close stuff. He's actually on the inside. He's passed him down the dipper, but Rodders goes off. Was the contact? Don't know if there was. I don't think there was, but we'll get a replay on that after we've watched the rest of this battle. Seat 1 looks up the inside of Bidzster now into the forest elbow. No way through there. So we'll quickly get that replay of what happened to Rodders. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Rodders then on the lap 2. So going down the dipper then. See Bidzster's behind him, doesn't touch him. You see the side by side. Bidzster and Rodders leaving each other plenty of room here. But then Seat 1 bang hits Rodders into the wall, and then Stacker goes around the outside and takes advantage, but Seat 1 doesn't let him back through, so I wonder what the stewards will think of that. As we come back from that then, Rodders down to 9th place. So let's have a little look further up front. We've got TY, Task 1, and look, Nick Hash has caught the fray as well. Nick Hash and Task 1 side by side now. Neil's got a way out front, but Nick Hash all the way around the outside of Task 1 now, under brakes. Oh, and he just gets it done. So well done. Was that a bit of dust out front? Oh, it must have been Neil running a bit wide. TY, Nick Hash from Task 1 then. And then we look back, Callum, Bidzster seat 1. Have we got more cars off in the background? Rodders has gone off again. Was he pushed or did he fall? We'll get a replay. Here's a quick replay what happened to Rodders. So he just outbrakes himself, just misses Stacker, goes off and then rejoins in last place. As we come back from that then, Nick Hash in front of Task 1, now he's attacking TY. Nick Hash versus TY up to the first corner, has to think about it, just putting the pressure on, making that car visible in TY's mirror. And then down the straight, side by side, the Mazda should have a bit more top end speed on the BMW. Remember, TY's got weight on, Nick Hash has got no weight on. The TY with a little bit of weight on. He's got the 80 kilos on, and Nick Hash just goes straight through. He's got nothing on. That's 80 kilos difference. So Nick Hash gets into second place, and he's going to start chasing Neil Farmack. TY right behind him. Task 1. Then we've got Callum, the reigning champion, in 5th. Bidzster, who's wanting to be champion. It's him versus Callum for the championship at the minute. Up at the top. So he'll want to try and get as close to Callum as he can with this one, because he knows he's carrying full ballast from the last one, but also Callum is carrying 3rd place ballast as well. So Callum's got 120 on board and Bidzster's got the full 200, so there is 80 kilos difference there, but we'll see if Bidzster can catch up to Callum. I don't think he'll be able to. I think he's going to have to hold seat 1 and Stacker off for most of the race. As we look down to the dipper then, TY still trying to keep with Nick Hash here. Task 1 being left a little bit here, and then Callum's catching up to him. Bidzster trying to leave this group, but seat 1 not leaving him alone. Stacker as well up there. Good to see Stacker up with the pack. Then we've got Firepower further back, and then Rodders, who's had that terrible sort of few laps and gone down to 10th place. So him and Firepower battling it out at the back. Meanwhile, down the straight, TY in the draft of Nick Hash trying to catch up. Task 1 being drafted by Callum as well, so a couple of battles going on here. To the end of the Conrad straight, down into the little chicane. Hops over, Nick Hash goes wide. Oh, close stuff. Nick Hash goes wide there, and TY goes round him on the outside. I don't think he'll be close enough round the outside. Oh, all very close. Hops over the curb and then onto the grass as well. Oh, brilliant stuff here. So Nick Hash ahead of TY. Task 1 being caught by Callum still there. So onto the straight, Callum will close up onto the straight. Bidzster still trying to lose seat 1 and then, but still seat 1 staying with him. And Stacker as well. Rodders is ahead of Firepower there, so Rodders takes Firepower. So Firepower there for some reason with the hazard lights on for some strange reason, but I think he's managed to turn them off unless he was just acknowledging them. Go down the straight. Let's go back up to the battle up here then. We've got Task 1 and Callum very close as sparks fly off the wall as Callum grazes the wall on the way out. Really pushing hard here. 2:12.6 last lap, so personal best and one of the best laps of the race as well. Brilliant stuff. But as we look at Neil Farmack, he's ahead. Nick Hash has actually got the fastest lap of the race at 2:12.5. As we look back at Task 1 and Callum, so Callum's only 1/10 off the fastest lap of the race, so he's really found some pace here, Callum. As they go over the top, right behind him, the lights flaring off the back of that Subaru. Be blinding Task in his mirrors as we go down to the dipper. A little bit of lag there in the lobby, so apologies for that, but just a little bit of room lag as we go down the hill. Down towards the Forest Elbow, so I think the Gran Turismo servers are due for a bit of a maintenance update, so that's probably why there's a tiny bit of lag in the air. As Bidzster in seat 1 now are actually starting to catch these two a little bit. As we go down the hill then. There's seat 1, there's Stack. Rodders and Firepower still very close, battling it out, so Firepower not leaving Rodders alone for this one. He will fight tooth and nail for that 9th position, so good to see a little scrap there. As Callum and Task 1 go down the hill then. Callum ahead of Task 1 now. Callum gets ahead of Task 1, goes through and into 4th position. Task 1 back down to 5th. But will he be able to get a move done down here? He's having a little look. He might have to go for a little lunge on the brakes, and he's trying, but not close enough. Callum is good on his line, very consistent. Each person in LPB Racing all has their own little perk, as Neil Farmack sets the fastest lap, 2:12.4. So if Neil Farmack, he might be out in front, but he's still pushing at that gap. Doesn't want to let Nick Hash get any closer. There's Callum and Task 1 in the Subaru, and they are being caught now by Bidzster and Seek. You can see the gap visually going down. Last lap, a 2:15 and a 2:16 for Task with that battle. 2:14 for Bidzster and Seek, so they are closing up now. There you go, Callum and Task 1. There's TY trying to stick with Nick Hash here, so still close, but no cigar yet for TY as Nick Hash runs a bit wide here. That'll help TY as he goes up the hill. Task 1 still behind Callum. This is where the Subaru should be good, but again, the Tens will be good as well. There's Bidzster with Seat 1 right behind him still, so he cannot lose that BMW. So Seat 1 in that BMW really trying here to get positions. As we go up and over the top. Wow, brilliant camera angles there. Oh, as Bidzster hops over the curb almost into the wall, sparks fly. That's on the limit stuff there. As we look ahead, Callum, Task 1's fallen back off Callum a bit there, so he must have made a mistake there. The front brake's glowing as we go down the hill. Down the hill, a little bit more dust, so Task 1 obviously making a few little mistakes here and there now. Bidzster catching up with Seat 1 in tow. Bidzster right behind the Subaru. Now as he makes a mistake out the corner, and Bidzster will carry the speed and go straight through. So Bidzster goes through, now it's Seat 1's turn. But can he get close enough? Obviously the Subaru's lost speed here. You can see the lights in there, Seat 1, there's the BMW going right past Task 1 there. He'll be in the draft of Bidzster as well, and Task 1 loses 2 positions on the same straight. So Task 1 mistake, down 2 places. Down into the chicane then. Bidzster from Seat 1 from Task 1 as we've got a bit of dust ahead. We've got Nick Hash and TY there still okay, so it must have just been someone just clipping the dust. Callum in 4th. Bidzster 5th now. Seat 1 6th. Task 1 wants to be 6th again as Bidzster hops over the curb and Seat 1 drifts around the corner. Brilliant driving here. As we look at Stacker in 8th, he's been caught by Firepower and Rodders who are side by side into the last corner, battling it out for that 9th position. No one wants to be last in this race. If we look back, Task 1, Seat 1 and Bidzster now. So Seat 1 in the draft of Bidzster, closest he's been. Meanwhile, TY on the back of Nick Hash, he's closer as well. But Seat 1 going for a move here on Bidzster. So Bidzster not fighting it, he knows he's not got the performance at the minute with the weight, but he's going to still try and go around the outside. But no, Seat 1 gets it done, so clearly leaving him a bit of room. Seat 1 goes ahead, Bidzster down to 6th. As we go up and over the top then. Seat 1 drifts out in that BMW, Bidzster still right behind him. Still the same gap between TY and Nick Hash here. Over the mountain. And Callum closing up as well, so Callum closing up with every corner. 2:12.5 for Callum on that last lap. 2:12.2 for Neil, so Neil really exposing that performance of the TT. Really good performance here from Neil, a solid drive so far, and we're still not over yet. As Nick Hash goes through to the elbow then. Nick Hash into the elbow, and round we go. So there's TY in hot pursuit, and so's Callum. Meanwhile, Seat 1 and Bidzster still fighting and pushing each other down the hill. Bidzster makes a little mistake there into the wall, so just a tiny little error there for Bidzster. That's all the difference that could make. Meanwhile, there's Nick Hash and TY coming up and over the top now, down towards the chicane at the bottom, as Callum in the background still closing up there. So as we look at these two onto the braking zone then, into the corner. Oh, Nick Hash has gone really wide. He's going trying to rejoin the track, and then he's hit TY. He's hit TY off. He rejoins the track. I mean, why he didn't go straight on when he went off? Because then it would have been much safer to rejoin rather than turning onto the track. Because TY there still trying to recover, and there goes Seat 1 and Bidzster. So TY goes right down the order. Really far back now for TY, even gets passed by Task 1 as Bidzster and Seat still battling into that corner. So TY all the way back down to 7th place. We'll get some more angles on that. Okay, here's the replay now from the chase camera of TY's car. So going down the hill then, Nick Hash will go off here. He misses his braking point, goes off, but he doesn't actually go straight on. Tries to rejoin to stop TY from getting past, and then bang, hits him as he comes back on, and then TY ends up spinning round and facing the wrong way. Okay, now let's have a look at that from Nick Hash's point of view. So going down the straight, Got TY behind us, and then we're going into the braking zone. We brake really late, then we're off. I would have gone straight forward here, but he keeps on turning left, wanted to try and get on in front of TY, but then ends up knocking him off. And then TY ends up spinning round. We end up slowing down a little bit, but then we think, sod it, let's go. So he actually should have properly waited there for TY, so even if he slowed down on the right hand side for this corner, so Nick Hash will probably be under investigation for that. As we go over the line then, as we come back from that, Nick Hash now with Callum ahead of him after that incident with TY. So I would imagine there'd be some kind of penalty for Nick Hash in that one, because all the other incidents that happened there, everyone else went straight on. Nick Hash clearly wanted to rejoin the track to stop TY from getting through, and that's not really very safe and not very good, and obviously it resulted in TY going off the track, so that will be more than likely be the a 10-second penalty for causing a collision, and obviously not waiting and giving the place back. So if that was me in that manoeuvre, I would have, if I was Nick Hash in that manoeuvre, I would have, after I saw TY go off, I would have stopped and wait for him to go back through, because that's what we do on LPB racing. We are gentlemen racers. We try and respect each other as we race as well, and if someone causes an incident which leaves someone else going off the track, then that person must wait for them or incur the wrath of the stewards, and a penalty will be awarded as Nick Hash goes right off the road there and lets Callum go through. So whether that was an off to be generous or an off because of a mistake, but I would imagine more than likely a mistake, because he's all over the place at the minute. So Nick Hash in third position then. Seat 1 fourth, and Bidzster promoted up to fifth then with that incident. As we look, going down towards the elbow, Bidzster right behind Seek here, goes for a wider line to get a cut back onto the straight to get the power down. Yes, he does. Right behind Seat 1 now. Down the straight. Remember, Bidzster with maximum ballast on. Seat 1 from the last race with nothing on. But Bidzster is not giving up, so is that Scirocco. He's very good. Very good at carrying the weight, and Bidzster's quite an aggressive driver anyway, which probably helps with the weight. As he goes to the inside, he goes down the inside into the next corner on the inside, and straight through, clean as you like. Good move, Bidzster, straight through on Seat 1, and Bidzster takes fourth place then with a fantastic move there on the inside of Seat 1, textbook stuff, as TY then back up to sixth place ahead of Task 1, so TY getting back into the rhythm of things now, passes Task 1. There's Stacker, Rodders and Firepower still battling it out further back. So everyone battling for 8th place then. Stack, Rodders, Firepower. We'll check in on that battle a bit later on as we look back at Seat 1 and Bidzster then. They're still battling for 4th and 5th. So Neil Farmack in the lead then. Look at the last 4 laps he's done. 12-4, 12-7, 12-4, 12-6. Consistent or what? Brilliant. Lapping within a couple of tenths each lap. That's exactly what you should do when you're in the lead. So well done to Neil so far. As we look at Callum and Nick Hash, the two Mazdas running line astern. But whether Nick Hash will stay there, because I would imagine he will get a 10-second penalty. As we go up and over. Seat 1 and Bidzster still not leaving each other alone here. Seat 1's back in front of Bidzster now. Seat 1 back in front. I would imagine that would have been on the inside into the mountain section, but we'll just get a quick replay on that. Okay, here's how Seat 1 got past Bidzster, and it was quite simple really, just no weight on the car, more speed, and goes straight past before they've even got to the next corner. As we come back from that then, there's TY, he's catching up to Bidzster and Seat 1, he wants some more positions back. Task 1 in 7th. Seat 1 and Bidzster then still close as we go down the dipper. This is where the front wheel drive car's good. Darting about, closes right up to Seat 1. Then again, Seat 1 will be quicker down the straight because he's got no ballast on board. As we look, drifts into the corner, goes a bit wide. Bidzster goes for a tight line out to get a good run. So wide in, tight out to get the power down in the front wheel drive. As TY closes up on these two as well. Then we've got Task 1 further back. Then we've got Stacker, Rodders, who's very sideways there. Flames spitting out the exhaust of that Lexus with Firepower hot on his heels. So that battle's far from over as we look down at Seat 1 and Bidzster then. Will Bidzster go to the inside? He'll have a look, but no way through. Seat 1 defends for his life. Down through the chicane, TY closing on this battle with every wheel turn. Down towards the last corner, line astern, seat 1 stays ahead, Bidzster behind, all of them hopping over that curb, TY right behind Bidzster now, so TY giving Bidzster to hurry up, or at least trying to help his teammate out as we go down towards the first corner. Bidzster defends from TY, so he's got to go into defensive mode and attack mode here, so this is where it really challenges the racing driver mind. Do you look at the person ahead or do you look at the car behind? The answer is you do both. You have to multitask. One thing race drivers can do is multitask, as Bidzster in the draft of seat 1 is letting TY go. TY on the outside, well, on the inside, sorry, for the next corner. Bidzster on the outside as Bidzster tries to hold it round the outside, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Will TY go through? Very close indeed. TY goes ahead, Bidzster goes back down to 6th place then. Bidzster back down to 6th. As he gets back up the inside of TY now, so TY and Bidzster doing an old school battle here. They've left Seek a bit further ahead, Bidzster not giving up on TY here. As they go side by side up the mountain, these two are crazy. TY just gets it round the outside, but Bidzster again showing his nose, not giving up. Through up the mountain section then as TY goes wide, I don't think there was contact, he went wide. Bidzster goes up the inside and straight through. We know these two are fair, so if there was contact, one of them would wait. So 5th place Bidzster then. 6th place TY, down the dipper for the last time. Callum there in 2nd, Nick Hash 3rd. Seat 1 a very drifty 4th, then Bidzster, and then TY again in the BMW pushing hard, drifting that rear end out. Onto the straight, through the elbow, onto the back straight then for the last time. Where's these lot back here? Stacker in 8th, Rodders still in 9th, Firepower still 10th. Very close finish between them two, it looks like as well. As we look at Neil Farmack coming round the last corner in the Audi TT, the Spitfire team takes a win here at Bathurst. Neil Farmack wins round 5 race 3. Well done to Neil Farmack, he wins the race. Callum's going to come through in 2nd position here, and then we've got Nick Hash, who's probably going to be 3rd, seat 1 4th, and then Bidzster and TY still close together, but Callum crossed the line in 2nd, he'll be happy with that, flashes lights. Nick Hash a 3rd place, but I don't think that'll be, it will stay 3rd. I would imagine a penalty will be on hand for Nick there. As seat 1 finishes in 4th, Bidzster 5th, and TY back down to 6th. So TY falls back down towards task 1 on that last lap. So we'll get a quick replay on that. Okay, here's a quick replay of what happened to TY on that last lap to sort of get him off the back of Bidzster. So he goes wide here onto the grass and just about recovers it, but then the game stupidly gives him a penalty which he has to get rid of before the line, so that's why he's ghosted and really slowing down. That's how Task 1 was so close on the line. Play on that. As we look at Stacker then in 8th, and then Rodders and Firepower on the last lap, side by side across the line. Don't know if there's any contact there as they go across the line. It's close, but I think it was just Firepower. But we'll just get that confirmed in a replay for you now. Okay, here's the last lap replay then between Firepower and Rodders to see who came out on top. So as we see here, we've got Firepower right behind Rodders. Into the braking zone, the Subaru closes up on the Lexus, hops the curb, and then Firepower gets a good run out of the corner in the draft of the Lexus down towards the last corner. The Lexus uses its grunt to get away, and then down to this last corner, we go onto the brakes, but Rodders goes a bit wide and Firepower gets a bit quite ambitious there. Very close, and then they were side by side across the line, and if you look there, it was only just Firepower on the line. So as we come back from that replay then, we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that then. So Neil takes the win from Callum in 2nd place, and then 3rd now is actually Bidzster, because Nick Hash and Seek 1 both have penalties. So it is Bidzster in 3rd, then it's TY who gets 4th, and then 5th is Seat 1 because he had a 5-second penalty for the incident with Rodders, and then Task 1 finishes 6th, and then Nick Hash goes all the way down to 7th because he had a 10-second penalty for the incident with TY, so unlucky for Nick Hash there. And then it is Stacker in 8th, Firepower in 9th, who has a very, very close finish with Rodders. It's about 15 thousandths of a second gap, so very good race between them two, and Firepower just gets Rodders for 9th place. Fastest lap to Neil Farmack then, a 2:12.2. Okay guys, here's the points total after that end. So it is Bidzster in the lead of the championship still on 280 points, 15 points in front of Callum in second place. Then it's Neil Farmack on 249, Task 1 on 207 and Seat 1 196. As you can see there, the battle for 7th further down. Nick Hash and Stacker is very close as well, 154 and 152. Teams Championship, it is Callum and Nick in the lead in the Mazda from the Audis of Neil and Stack, and then Task 1 and Firepower on 331 with TY and Seek close behind. So as we come back from those results and the points, Neil Farmack there is the winner of race 3, so well done to Neil Farmack and the Spitfire Audi, well done, and we'll see you guys next time out at Interlagos for round 6. Take care guys.